Menachem Margolin, you're the founder and chair of the European Jewish Association. What is the situation in Europe today in regards to anti-Semitism?
European leaders for Jewish communities showed a lot of concern in the last 2 days in Europe. We see a rise of anti-Semitism all over Europe. We see a rise of populist parties all over Europe. We see a rise of attempts to ban Jewish customs such as circumcision and ritual slaughter. And overall, I would say that the European Jewish leaders showed a lot of concern and a big question mark whether there is still a future for the European Jewish community.
And are there countries that have a particularly poor record?
I would say that this is actually everywhere. In some countries, the issue we have is about freedom of religion. In some countries, the issue we have is about security. In some countries, the issue is about the rise of populist parties. In some countries, it's the rise of anti-Israel, which interpreted by us as anti-Jewish. So I cannot really say in particular one country. I can easily say that unfortunately it is really everywhere in Europe.
We have European parliamentary elections coming up. The European Union, the European Commission have taken action to curb hate speech. Do you think enough is being done, especially in relation to the European Parliament's elections?
One of the things that actually we are doing in this conference is we are going to publish today red lines for political parties in Europe, which we expect any political party in Europe that really believe in European values to adopt. And for us, those red lines will include the most important conditions for the continuity of Jewish community in Europe. We're going to publish that, and political parties that won't agree to adopt these languages, these red lines, for us to be, I would say, in the black list. And we will inform all Europeans that those political parties does not stick to European values, and that we cannot rely on them, that they will do whatever possible to ensure the future of Jewish community in Europe.
And what are the main red lines that you've laid out?
To ensure freedom of religion, to ensure security of Jewish institutions, to fight against anti-Semitism, to adopt European Parliament resolution on anti-Semitism, and to stop the BDS, which is the movement that officially called Boycott Israel, but in particular is the most anti-Semite organization operate all over Europe and responsible for incitements against Jewish people all around the globe.
Europe often says that it's a friend of Israel, but it's a critical friend. There's been a certain amount of consternation about basic laws introduced this summer on issues like the rights of Arab Israelis. These are legitimate concerns. Surely it's not anti-Semitic to voice those concerns.
We are very clear about anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is what makes people to hate Jews or to have the will to attack Jews. Whatever leads to this to these facts, considered by us as anti-Semitic. Of course, everyone could criticize everyone. This is something that always happens between even friends. But the moment things are out of proportion and lead people to act against Jews, that means that this is a clear sign that this is an anti-Semitism.